Sony has pretended to release a new camera. I'd like to pretend too. When I was a child, I used to pretend I was an astronaut. I could fly into space and that space actually existed. I landed on Mars once. Now that I've grown up and realized that we're just encased in a dome, it's a light show up there. It's fake. I realized that the Sony FX3 will never give me the love that I needed as a child. The astronaut wanting to be child. And that's what we talk about today. I made notes.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So I have done the research by watching Gerald Undun's review, and even though he's one of the least reliable sources, especially for technological information, the guy just makes it up as he goes along. It's all we have right now. So what we're seeing here, Sony FX3 is nothing different than what you're seeing, which is the greatest thing we've ever known. Categories. Do you? You don't. If Sony hadn't just released the A7S III, we'd be like, what? It looks like an FX6, but tiny. It's a flippy screen. IBIS, active. They finally added digital stave. Oh God, 4K 120p. How is that? But you're old news, Sony. We already have it. We already got everything. There's nothing. The only differences that I'm seeing, you know what? I think they had a boardroom meeting about it to discuss the differences that could potentially be in there. There was none. It was a short meeting. All right, fellas, A7S III sales coming in strong. Canon C70, that was a tough one. They tried to get us. They tried to attack our boat, but we're still floating. We're still floating. We should come up with something to kill that thing once and for all, that whale-ass bitch. Do we got anything? Yeah, we have something. We've been working on it, actually. But here it is. Did you just break it? Was that the flippy screen that shattered? Looks nice. What is that, gray? Well, it looks like a cinema camera. The thing's fantastic. You betcha it is. You wouldn't believe the specs we threw in here. 4K 120p, 240 frames per second slow-mo, with autofocus, active digital stave in there, flippy screen. Huh? Sounds familiar. Didn't we just release the it sounds like an A7S III. It's different though, right? Yeah, of course. It's different. It's a completely different camera. Look at it. Look at that thing. It's tiny. It's gray. You can see by the shattered remains we got a flippy screen there. It's not the strongest hinge. We didn't get the right hinges, but we'll work on that. It's a different camera. It definitely looks different. I believe you. It looks like a totally different camera. Just like what specs have changed? A lot has changed. It's almost too much to even list. How could I even explain it all? Do we have time? Do you have a couple minutes? Because I can go through it if you want. I'll go through the list of changes. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm so curious. It looks so much better than the A7S III, so clearly it probably is. You bet it is. So first, the body, as you can see, it's a lot smaller. It's not lighter, it's actually heavier, but like it looks smaller. So it's smaller but heavier? Well, yeah, but like in a good way, like a stabilized kind of way, like a cinema heft. No camera shakes. Digital IBIS in there. It's not digital. It's just we do crop it in a non-digital like fashion. Similar to the A7S III did. Okay, smaller body, heavier, more stable, potentially. What else? We painted it gray. We've been doing a lot of research and apparently gray reflects moonlight. Should help with the low light performance that Sony A7S III lacked. Wow, those research and development dollars are going to good use. Moon shit. I love it. What else is in there? Something, right? You may want to sit down for this one, boss. Tally lights. Everywhere. Front, back, top. Not distracting. It won't really get in the shot, I don't think. They do look bright. You might need a new white balance check after each recording moment, but you'll know that you're recording bad colored footage. That's a good thing. You guys didn't just put an A7S III camera in this new body, did you? That's illegal. What? This is a cinema camera here, boss. It has cinema written right on the top. And we moved the on-off switch way over to the left hand where it's conveniently located with your other hand that was in your pocket, warming up in the cold. This camera doesn't even overheat. We've got a fan in there now for all the new codecs. So there are new codecs. 4K 160p? Is that in there? Nothing's in there. The whole thing's a sham. It's an A6000 body. We put the A7 III parts in. We realized it was overheating. We put a fan in there. That's the red lights. They're not tally lights. They're warning lights. The thing will catch fire. But it's gray. And you'll know recording is happening while it's on fire. That's footage I stand behind. We stand behind it here at Sony. We love this camera. Release it, boss. Charge more money for it. We did lose the viewfinder. We lost that one in the fire. It melted. We shaved it off. It's a good camera, boss. We launched tonight. Oh, Sony reptilians, how lazy have you gotten? Once busy trying to take over the Earth from your warm, heated, cavernous caves, you forgot that you had to release new technology in your cameras, and this is not new, it's old. It's good, but it's old. Listen, Sony. This thing, I love that you removed the viewfinder, yet where'd the 15 grams from? You put it in a fan-based system. Oh, I don't know English. I never needed a viewfinder in this thing. It annoys me that that's the one without it, yet it costs more and it's heavier. That hurts. The on-off switch, that annoys me. It's on the left side. So Sony advantages here. If you needed a viewfinder and you're turning the camera on and off like this, that's the better buy. The FX3, it's gray. It's got red lights that are gonna get in your shot for sure. Honestly, I'm befuddled. Why does this camera exist? I don't get it. More importantly, why did the A7S III exist? Why did you continue that line? You should have just abandoned that one. Nothing new happened. This is your new cinema line. Definitely cinema based. It's on the top. But I would have preferred the on-off switch right normal. Better screen? I didn't hear one mention if it was a better screen. I doubt it. They have 9,500 million of these things they bought in Japan on a bargain sale at a vendor's house. It's a flea market screen at best. You can't see a damn thing. If you had to judge critical focus on here, you'd cry at that missed shot. Oh yeah, it looks good. It's not. So Sony, thank you for sparing me the misery of having to review this thing that I already had for more money. The XLR inputs, nobody uses that. We use lav mics tethered like a school child would. That's the professional way. Can't even see it in the shot. The only good news that came out of today is that we get S-Cinetone finally, which we've been using the replica. I will compare them. Extra Shot made that video saying this is how you get S-Cinetone in the A7S III. So I followed the rules. I've been shooting in it for like a month. I like it. Straight out of camera. Sometimes I put a little Fuji Eternal LED on there. Ruin it. But I will compare them. See, was he right? You better have been, I swear to God. But at least we get that soon. Cool. But you're bullshit, Sony. I don't know how you thought that would fly under the radar as a new camera. I don't get the point. Like, why would they, we need to release a Sony A7S III in a slightly different body with nothing different. No advantages. If it's me, I buy the Sony A7S III just for the on-off switch. And it's slightly cheaper, slightly lighter. There you go. So I am disappointed and ashamed to be a part of the Sony team, and I will sell all my gear to Africanized beekeepers. At least they'll use the 240p correctly. I don't deserve it. And what a stupid release, Sony. You're dumb. I'm gonna leave after you buy a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you there.